Hey friends, I'm John, and this is my red-tailed boa scarlet. I have quite a few years experience breeding ball pythons and creating social media. Take a quick second to smash those like and subscribe buttons because it helps grow my channel. And let's see what we have going on today. Today is moving day for quite a few of these snakes in my 1065 rack, and actually some of the adults as well. Let's see. Some girls like this big Ultramel here, they were in the 5540 rack, and I have this other Ultramel female here, Bamboo Pinstripe. They were in the 5540s, and they're so big that I kind of decided, all right, they need to maybe move up, move into the bigger 70 series rack, same as this pastel leopard clown female here, who's enormous. Because it is time to move some babies out of here and move them into the actual 5540. So if we come over here, and I already did move a couple of these girls over. Let's see. This little het Ultramel female. We gotta get new water bowls for these girls too, because these are their smaller ones. They seem like they got all messed up. We have a blade clown over here that's het pied, that's 50% het xanthic. This is just a really nice super OD combo girl. Pastel ODYB pied het Ultramel. And with these, you know, they get the hides in the back because they're a little smaller for these tubs, but they were just making messes. As you can see, I just changed these waters yesterday, and this is what they look like after one day in the 1065 tubs when the snakes get closer to this size. So they all need to move up. They need to get new water bowls. They need to not be able to make messes as easily. Those three that I just moved over, and then I have these 4 more tubs up here that I have ready, and we're going to transfer 4 more of my Ultra Pied Project females over. So I'm going to set up the camera here and just kind of go through the process. So we're going to kind of do like the time lapse thing here. Now I've moved all of the Ultra Pied Project stuff over. Now I'm going to start moving. I think I have about 4 Clown Pied Project females that I need to move over, and they're going to go into my older ARS 5540 rack with the older color bins. And yeah, I mean, it's filling up these racks fast, which is kind of what I needed to start doing. And you might ask, hey, what makes you decide that you're going to move a snake up or not? Well, so this is what a female, this is a 1065 right here, and this beautiful little girl here, as you can see, fills up a decent amount of this tub. Let me pull it over here to kind of show you how much of that tub she takes up. So she takes up a decent amount of that tub, and there's obviously not a whole lot of room left for her to crawl around. When they make messes in here, they are big messes, and it also makes it harder for them to actually eat in here. You know, to kind of get their head up in the air and kind of swallow the prey or even wrap it up sometimes. So I'm going to actually take her over. Let's go weigh her to see how big she is. And she's about 600 grams. So to me, that's close to the size where you're going to be moving these guys out of the 1065 into the 5540. And as you can see here, she has a ton of room in here now. That hide back there should still fit her pretty well. If she doesn't struggle and she just starts eating right away and nothing changes with her, then this is a perfect move. if something happens where she goes off food for several weeks or a month or whatever, I'll probably end up moving her back into the smaller tub. Sometimes they just don't like that change until they're a little bigger. But to me, this is the perfect size because I have snakes I need to fit into this rack that are coming over from the Mini 130. And I try not to use the bottom levels if I don't need to, because this floor is very cold in the winter. And I freed up 10 spots here because I'm going to move these 3 as well. Actually 11 spots in the middle of this rack, which is good because I have probably, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 10 that actually need to move from here into here at this point. So that's perfect. So let's continue moving these last 3 over into this rack to put with their sisters. Now, as you can see, all of these girls fit in here pretty well. She's already making herself comfortable back there. She has no idea what's going on. She hasn't really moved either. These 3 females have been pigs for me. They never miss a meal. This female was a pig until probably about last month. I don't know if it was a weather change or what. Nothing changed in her environment. So for her, she's obviously not as big as her sisters. All these girls are from the same clutch. You can tell there's a little bit of a size difference between these 2. I would say she's probably 100 grams or not, if not more, smaller than the rest of them. But she hasn't been eating in the smaller tubs, so I'm going to try actually moving her to a bigger tub with more space, new smells, to see if it actually helps her get back on more food. So we'll see how they do. You know, you have to keep close watch on them as you move them to make sure they're still thriving and they like the new environments. You know, the temperatures are going to be a little different in here. They're going to be able to regulate their temperatures better because there's more of a variability from the back to the front in these bigger tubs. And the other thing, if you're actually watching along here, that I do is I have these magnets. And these are for Husbandry Pro. And I get these little tiny magnets, and that's why I like the ARS cages, because you can use these. And this gives me all of the info I need. I do not need to put stickers on the tubs. I don't need to ruin tubs by putting too much adhesive on them. I just take this nameplate with the snake wherever they go. And for the males, like for breeding males, this is his permanent tub. But I take this sticker, and like let's say he's breeding this lightning pied, I just take this magnet and I put it here, and I know Blade is inside of this tub with this female. So that's why I love the ARS racks. It makes moving snakes around very easy with zero mess. And yeah, these magnets are awesome. These QR codes are awesome, and it gives me all of the information I need in one spot. Now, you might be asking, what makes you decide to move a hatchling out of the hatchling rack into the sort of the grow-out rack? And it's sort of the same principle as the moving from the 1065 to the 5540. As you can see, this girl here, again, they start basically making really big messes in these tubs. She's, taking up maybe a quarter of the tub when she's balled up in here. When she poops, it makes a really, really big mess. Let me see. She's kind of spicy. GHI Mahogany Pied. Look at that. I can't wait to get into some other projects. Shout out to Chimera. This is a beautiful snake I got from them. So she's about 275, so almost 300 grams. And I think the sweet spot with this Mini 130 is these snakes are going to be probably about 250 to 300 grams is when you're going to move them out. Now look at her in this 1065. Looks perfect. It's like the size of that water bowl in there. So that's what how I determine when they're ready to move up into these racks. Basically, once they're not able to move a lot, once they are making messes in there that are too hard to clean on a regular basis, then it's time to move them up to the bigger racks. Now the worst part about cleaning tubs is that you end up with stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of tubs to clean. So now I'm going to stack all those tubs up, clean them out, get all the residue out, spray them down with F10, let them sit for a couple days, and then I'll have to go through and clean them all. So I probably moved 5, 6, 7, 8. I probably moved around 16 to 20 snakes today, moved them up into bigger tubs, which allows me to, create more room in the hatchling rack because we're going to have clutches hatching again starting this week. Makes more room here in my grow out rack for those snakes, and it gives some more room to the snakes that are, ready to move up into the bigger tubs. So that's just kind of how I do it. Hopefully it was informational. It just makes a lot of work for me now. I got to fill in all the gaps. Like down here, I have a bunch of empty spots now, so I need to take the extra tubs I have and put them down there so I can go clean the other one. The same issue down there. There's a bunch of empty spaces now, and I want to fill it in with tubs if I can, so to make sure that cold air is not coming up any closer to those racks with the animals in them than it needs to be. So that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.